Welcome back, denizens of the Omniverse. Today, we're going to be starting a brand new anime journey here on the channel. Put up a poll to see what anime you guys would like to see me check out next. As far as so far, we've done Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, which I've been keeping up with because I was a huge Bleach fan before I started the channel. So I was already current with that. So once 1,000-Year Blood War came out, I decided to cover it on the channel. I did the final 2 parts of Attack on Titan, because again, same with Bleach. I was covering that. I was not covering that. I was watching that on my own time up until I got into the channel, and finally the final season came out. I was like, I was watching it on my own. I was like, okay, this is kind of getting some crazy. Maybe I'll record my reactions to it and test the waters with this. Did that. And then I saw the One Piece live action, which turned me on to the One Piece anime, made me finally cave and start that journey. Now we're near 400 episodes deep in that, at least on Patreon. Almost 400 episodes. We're almost done with Thriller Bark. Not quite yet. So we're on the cusp of hitting that 400 episode mark. And I was just like, you know what? I've been so behind on anime that I kind of want to dip my toes back in. Like when I was growing up, it was like right on I saw the introduction of the Toonami block. I saw the introduction of the Adult Swim block. I saw all those things and I kept up with everything that was shown there, man. The first ever anime I ever saw was Speed Racer, and that's before I even knew what an anime was or that it was one. You know, then it was Dragon Ball, then it was Sailor Moon, then Dragon Ball Z, then Gundam Wing, Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, all those, and so on, so on, so on, so on. After a point, though, after in college, it just got real difficult to keep up with everything. And then on top of that, all the other shows and stuff that kind of was taking my attention, I lost sight of a lot of it. I think Attack on Titan was the last new anime I really actually sat down and saw to completion. But then again, some of those seasons took so long between there to come out. You know, I didn't really fill in the gaps with anything either. So I missed out on a lot. You know, I did attempt to start this once upon a time. You know, me and a partner sat down one day. We were kind of bored and we were flipping through some anime that were on. I was like, maybe we could start an anime. And I know we put this on, and I didn't dislike it. I'll tell you that. I didn't not like it. I actually was pretty interested in it. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like the premise or whatever. I remember that. I don't really remember much of the episode. Might have been a little distracted. Let's be honest. But I don't remember any of the details surrounding it. And not for want of continuing or lack of that, you know, I think I just got pulled off by my other concurrent interests, you know, other things I was watching, because there was a lot going on during that time. So I think I just didn't go back. So it wasn't because I didn't like it or anything like that. I can promise you that, but it's been so long now. That would have had to have been 8 years ago. Holy shit. Oh my God, dude. Time is crazy, dude. As a consistent con goer as well, like I've seen some of the characters from this just from cultural osmosis and just kind of being in the sphere in general. Like I know on site some characters from this. I don't really know like their personalities, their names, or anything like that. I think the main character though is Deku, and I think the big blonde pronged haired American looking dude is All Might. Buddy in my old D&D table was obsessed with the show, and he based one of his characters in our campaign around All Might. I remember that as much. That's the extent I know about the character. So he was really adamant about me watching it, so he's very careful about spoiling things with me. I just never got around to it. So like I can recognize a lot of characters. I'm going to get to know them now is the thing. It's the same thing with One Piece. Like I recognized Sanji, Zoro, Robin, Luffy, all those characters before I ever actually got to meet them. It's just one of those weird things when you kind of just exist with these things all around you, how some things just kind of bleed into your life, whether you watch it or not. It's kind of fascinating the way cultural osmosis actually kind of affects you when you don't really even know it. It's just cool. It's just a weird little tangent that I just went on. So sorry. But yeah, I'm excited to finally get into this. We're going to be doing the dub. One, it's just easier, as I've learned, for the audience, you know, to come along for the journey with us together, than listening through it, because not everybody can I don't know, just everybody's watching habits are very different. I think this is a little more conducive to it. And rather than what I was going to do at one point with One Piece is maybe I should switch back. Maybe I should switch the English dub. And I had gotten too deep into it. It didn't make too much sense to switch. And by the point I was in it, I was way too deep that everything sounded so off. I tested the waters at the start of One Piece where I was like, I'm going to watch episode 1 in both. And I was like, I liked both. And I decided to just go with the sub just because that's usually what I would typically do in my own time. I was like, at the time, I was like, oh, both sounded great. I didn't have any issues with both of them. After being deep in it so much, I just can't hear the characters any differently. So we're going to start off, we're going to kick that problem to the curb, and we're just going to start off like this. Because again, I just think it's easier for everybody watching along. Because if you don't want to look at the little screen in front of you and try to read the subtitles along with me to see what's going on, you can just kind of listen. So it's a little more accessible, I think, as far as like making it more reaction. I think that making the viewing experience for people coming here for the reaction a little bit easier. Then in mind, probably a lot of the anime that I'm going to cover moving forward, we're probably going to be doing that. The ones that I'm currently already in the middle of, we're just going to keep chugging on the way we have been. I don't think it would make a whole lot of sense to switch it up, especially when I'm almost 400 episodes deep in One Piece and there's only one core of Bleach left. We're probably just going to kind of keep powering through with those. But for anything new coming in, we're probably going to be doing dubs, just again, for ease of access. But anyway, with that all said out of the way, lengthy intro aside, let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, without any of the edits we got to do to get this stuff up on YouTube, check it out over on Patreon. You also get up to 4 weeks early access over there. You can submit your own comments, questions, or fun facts for me to read at the end of these episodes. You also get the same thing for all the other shows that we cover here on the channel. You get polls for a bunch of different stuff as well as the one that kind of decided upon this. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do things you do over here. But at the end of the day, really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And with that all said out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 1. Here we go.
Why are you being so mean? I'll stop you myself.
You don't stand a chance without a quirk.
That's another thing that I do remember, that their powers are called quirks. It's not really even that I remember it, too. That's another one of those things that I've just kind of heard about in passing.
All men are not created equal. When I was 4 years old, I learned that some kids have more power than others, but that won't hold me back.
That's unfortunate, but true. Quirk or no quirk, that's just, I mean, the reality. Oh, whoa.
Oh, this one huge supervillain!
That's another thing. Like, I feel like I recognize a lot of the heroes from the show, but I can't tell you if I've seen a single villain. Yeah, okay, not all, but most of the people from that little like run through, I've at least seen in passing, whether it be on like Twitter or conventions or whatever. So is this going to be his rival? Go, let's go. I don't know if I shouldn't be watching this. Sometimes it's just like, we're watching it. He had grenades on his gauntlets? Off topic, I hope we get a Soul Eater remake. Don't know why that came up, but I want it.
The first incident was in Ching Ching City. An extraordinary child was born who radiated light. After that, reports of people with superpowers popped up across the globe. No one knew what was causing these quirks.
Okay, interesting.
Supernatural became the totally normal. Dreams are reality.
I wonder if they ever go into the origins of that. It makes me think of like Umbrella Academy a little bit.
With about 80% of the population possessing some uncanny ability.
Except that was by design, kind of.
It was an age of heroes.
Oh, nice! Way to go, Death Arms!
What?
Punching hero!
Wait.
I wish I had a quirk that made me super strong.
Interesting. I don't know if like, what was his name? Death something? Isn't what you would think a hero's name would be.
This guy must be pretty desperate to go full monster in the middle of the city. A quirk like that, and he's just a petty thief. Another villain.
just another day. Kamui.
Get away from me or I'll break you to that!
This is gonna be good! It's Kamui once!
Oh, Yo. A regular old Sinju over here.
One look at that dopey grin and I know what you are. A fanboy.
Sorta.
What does that look? Animation's on point so far though.
Assault, robbery, and the illegal use of powers during rush hour traffic. You are the incarnation of evil.
How dare you hold up traffic?
The preemptive?
Finding Lacquer Chain Prison!
The kill still. Is that Mount Lady?
Piece of cake for the world's next hottest hero.
Oh my god.
I'm Mount Lady, and you don't have to worry about this bum anymore.
Oh my god.
While governments were stuck trying to figure out how to reform laws with quirks in mind, courageous people started performing heroic acts to keep our cities safe.
Aw.
With overwhelming public support, heroes found an official place as peacekeepers overseen by the government.
Okay.
Their careers depended on their ability to stay in the spotlight.
Oh god, that's...
Well, she's definitely got the looks and attitude to be a crowd favorite, and her quirk is really showy, but it'll be kind of hard.
That's concerning.
She might not be very useful.
What's that?
What are you
fanboy?
doing?
You taking notes over there? Want to be a hero too, huh?
What's up with your head?
Yes, more than anything.
It's time to start thinking seriously about your futures and what you want to do with your lives. No, you all want to go into the hero track. Yes, you've got some...
Oh, no. Some of these I don't know about.
I'm the only one at this school who stands a chance at getting in. I'll end up more popular than All Might himself, and it all starts with UA High!
Midoriya, don't you want to go to UA too?
But he doesn't have a quirk, right? Obviously, he's the main character. Either he hasn't developed one, hasn't discovered it, or maybe a powerless hero, a la Iron Man or something like that. Maybe something else.
You really think they'd let someone like you in when they could have me?
Dude, calm your grin down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
It's just that I've wanted to be a hero since I was little. I may not have a quirk, but I can still try my hardest.
The school's already crappy. You really want to embarrass it more by failing so hard?
Rude.
Hey, get back here!
What the?
Someone stop that monster!
Dude, some people just get some unfortunate ones. It's like just like the X-Men, man. If your power's cool, hell yeah, let's go. Otherwise, you could be Toad, the Blob, or God knows who else.
There's no stopping him.
Oh,
Yes, there is.
I know that voice.
You know why? I am here.
That fight from this morning is all over the news. Better write some notes down before I forget anything.
What is he doing with these notes anyway? Just trying to use them to analyze how to be a better hero by taking an example of what they've done?
Don't tell me you're taking notes on how to be a hero.
Oh, well, there we go.
He's delusional.
Yeah, real funny, guys. Just give it back.
Oh!
That's so mean.
Oh, it's still kind of intact.
When I'm the only student from this garbage junior high to get into UA, people will start talking about me like that. They'll realize I'm legit, the next big thing.
See, they're all getting into it not for the sake of being a hero, but just for the ego boost.
Don't even think of applying, or else.
I thought you at least had some fight in you. He'll never be a hero. Better to find out now instead of later, I guess.
I'll tell you, I don't remember any of this.
Just pray that you'll be born with a quirk in your next life and take a swan dive off the roof of the building.
Oh my god. You piece of shit.
Something wrong.
Literally told him to go off himself.
That idiot. You can't go around telling people to kill themselves.
Right?
What if I really jumped? What would he do then?
Nothing, probably.
Mom, hurry! It's computer time!
Ready?
Faster! Let's go!
Aww.
I think you've added 10,000 views to this one yourself.
Why he's so cracked out? What the hell?
Who is he? The guy's already saved 100 people at least. Fear not, citizens. Hope has arrived.
Aww.
Because I am here.
cute.
He's the coolest in the universe! I gotta be a hero just like him!
Oh, what was that?
Sorry, kid, it's not gonna happen.
She probably already knew.
So you really think there's something wrong then? Most of the other kindergartners in his class have begun to show signs already.
Maybe it's just a late
What powers do you and the boy's father have?
Nothing
Oh.
too special. I can float small objects
So,
towards me
oh
and my
god,
husband breathes
wait.
fire.
Maybe his just hasn't come in yet. Maybe he's just a late bloomer.
Tested one of these quirks or a combination of both, but after viewing his x-rays, I don't think he's going to.
Damn, with both his parents having it too, and it's maybe passed over him.
Person's foot and their likelihood of developing a quirk.
Wait, what?
You can see here that Izuku has 2 joints in his pinky, like roughly 20% of the population these days.
That's
Safe to say
interesting.
your son isn't going to develop a quirk.
Huh. That doesn't sound like the soundest of testing methods to me. Just saying.
Hope has arrived, because I am here.
See that, Mom? There's always a smile on his face, no matter how bad things get. Well, he never gives up.
Oh. Oh, God.
I can be a hero, too.
This is the first episode, dude. What the fuck?
Sorry, Izuku. I wish things were different.
That's fucking heartbreaking, man.
I made a decision that day. No matter what anyone else thinks, I have to believe in myself, and I'll keep smiling just like him.
Yeah, keep your head held high. Oh, is this that goo dude that was running amok out there? Yeah. Villain!
You'll make a perfect skin suit for me to hide in, kid.
Oh, no. Oh!
I'm just taking over your body.
What does that do? Will that kill him in the long term?
My body's made of fluid. You're a real hero to me, kid.
Oof.
My body's getting weak. I think I'm dying. This can't be the end.
Oh, is that the designs for what his suit would be? Looks like the rabbit from Donnie Darko, kind of.
Have no fear, you're safe.
Wait, he traveled through the sewers?
Now that I am here, that is.
Love how he's just in his casual attire. Didn't have time to change. Wait, what? Texas Smash. Oh. The sheer force from it was too much, I guess. I knew he was like America themed. Are all of his attacks state themed?
Wake up! Hey! Thought we lost you there! Sorry about that back there. I didn't mean to get you caught up in my justicing.
My justicing.
Turns out this city sewer system is pretty difficult to navigate. You were a big help. Thank you. I've captured the evildoer.
Oh, in multiple bottles.
World, all might, the real thing, in the flesh, standing right in front of me. Please sign my notebook.
He.
Thank you so much. This will be an heirloom.
Stay out of trouble. See you around.
You're leaving?
Pro heroes are constantly fighting time as well as enemies.
Understandable.
There are still so many questions I have to ask him.
Well, then fucking shoot your shot now before he disappears.
Thanks for your continued support.
Missed your shot. Oh! Oh my god.
I just have a lot.
Oh my god.
Just keep your eyes and mouth shut. Shit.
Oh, wait. Is he sick? Is he sick or is that a side effect of his power? God, you...
Life just flashed before my eyes.
As it should have.
Smart move.
No. Bold, though.
See you on the flip side.
I have to know!
Sorry, kid, it's not gonna happen.
Defenseless Izuku! You really want to embarrass him more by failing so hard?
Those voices are pulling him back. Come on, bud, you can get through this. Punch through the negativity.
Is it possible to become a hero even if I don't have a quirk?
Straight to the point.
Could I ever hope to be someone like you?
No! Oh, sorry.
Meeting All Might was a dream come true. Standing in front of me was the hero I'd idolized most of my life. I didn't realize it at the time, but that chance encounter would change the course of my future.
Or are we not going to get the answer yet? Fuck! Are you serious? God damn it. All right. That was a really good first episode, like really setting the stage, laying out the world, the politics of it all as well. Seems like a lot of people, because it's become like a career path, the oversight with the government, the performance reviews, like your popularity, your heroing, your scores, your grading, whatever you want to call it, determining how much you get paid or how much they back you. So it creates this like, oh my God, this like machine. It's like idling. It's like, I mean, it's like being a celebrity in a way. You got to keep your brand up, got to keep your image up, you got to keep your performance up. Meanwhile, you could even see it in that one moment with, what was her name? Mountain Lady, where she had that little break where she's like putting on the face for everybody. Probably also why she stole the success at the end from Kamui. Probably has something to do with how they're graded upon or perceived. Because then you saw that like little break behind the mask where she was just like, oh. Nope. I like the music though so far. Both the opening and the outro was really good. But yeah, so what was the title of this episode? It was Izuku Midoriya Origin. So yeah, both his parents have a quirk. He seemingly does not. Now, I don't know if I'm trying to think like how many different ways this could go. Obviously, he's our main character, so like something's gonna happen. And to the chagrin of his rival, what was his name? Katsuki? Something like that. I don't even know what his power is. I thought it was like pyrokinesis for a second, but maybe it's just simply explosions. Because he didn't, when he grabbed his notebook and tried to burn it, it didn't burn it. Like it looked like it just got scorched, like from an explosion. Maybe that's why he's got the grenade gauntlets in the opening sequence. Maybe it's not necessarily he's like a pyrokinetic. He's simply just, maybe it's more like Gambit or Rexplode. He can create explosions. Because the book seemed mostly intact. It seemed like it received more damage from being in the water than it did from whatever he did to it, his little notebook. But anyway, sorry, I got a little distracted there. Midoriya's parents, why did he call him Deku? I just realized that. I know that name. I know the name Deku. We'll probably figure it out because he called him that, little Deku or something like that. His name's Izuku Midoriya, so where does that come from? We'll figure it out. But he, both his parents have quirks, and they just started showing up on the planet out of nowhere, and nobody really knows why. People just started getting born with them. I mean, it's similar to like with the X-Men, you know, people just started with the X gene started, people started being born with it and started activating, becoming mutants. It wasn't like, I mean, there were a handful, like a very small handful that have been mutants for a long time. I think the oldest one, if I remember right, was like Apocalypse. But like, it kind of after a point, there was like a rise, a boom, at least in its detection. So I'm wondering, like, is this like an evolutionary thing? Is this like The Boys, where something got released into the population that started making them manifest, like a serum? Or is it like Umbrella Academy, where it's something from outside our sphere, our solar system, our dimension? Who knows? I don't know if we'll ever get into that. Maybe it's simply just this is all. Maybe this is just, hey, this is just the world we live in, and we're going to go with that. I wonder if they will ever go into how it started. But they started to develop like a process on like the similarities, like what changes or what is different about somebody with a quirk and without, and they've narrowed it down to simply the pinky toe of the on your foot will have an extra joint if you have a quirk. I mean, when that's like 100% of the time the case, I guess that's scientific enough as a good outlier, but there's always going to be, not outlier, I was going to say there's always going to be an outlier in every scenario, but that, I guess that is like enough of evidence to kind of make it a good rule of thumb or absolute or a majority case. But there's always going to be an outlier. Just I would hazard a guess. Either he's going to simulate a power through technology, something like that, or he just simply hasn't developed one yet. Or maybe because he was told he wouldn't have one because of the bone thing, he is also just an anomaly who doesn't have the bone thing but has a quirk, but never activated it, pushed it, discovered it because he repressed it because he didn't think he had one. Maybe it's something psychological. Or maybe he can get powers from an outside source. I don't know. Because it also was making me think of, God, I hate to say it, but Boruto, when you get to the point where people started replicating ninjutsu through technology. You know, people who couldn't use it were using technological ways to replicate it. I'm just trying to think of how he might go about it. So those are the avenues right now I'm leaning into. And, you know, he's had this idol, this All Might that he's looked up to, apparently the very first hero. And he like transforms. We saw that. We saw that when he exited this convenience store. He was kind of like a smaller dude, and he like hulked out into what we see here. So does anybody know? I mean, he just kind of did that like out in the open. So I was going to ask, I was like, does anybody know what he looks like? Again, all these are questions I'm asking the ether. These are not questions I want answers for. I'll discover it as the story unfolds. And I shouldn't have to explain this, but I'm going to anyway, just because people have done this in other videos and stuff like that with other shows. If it is not explained in the episode that I just watched or prior episodes, it's a spoiler. So don't clarify on anything that will be clarified. Don't answer anything that will be answered. Let it get answered when it gets answered. You know, I don't want to have anything spoiled for me going along this journey. So that's the other thing that I'm always kind of scared about with this kind of stuff. But that's just kind of par for the course with these things. So like, this is just me. If I'm asking questions, it's just me thinking out loud. It's just me thinking out loud. I'm letting you know where I'm at right now. And yeah, so like, I'm wondering if like people know or are aware of whatever his base form is, or maybe he doesn't want people to see it. I mean, he maybe when we saw him do that, maybe there was just nobody behind him. He was comfortable doing that because everybody's in front of him. Maybe that's why he's trying to get away from Deku right now, because like we saw that blood trickling down his cheek. Maybe he's about to revert, and he doesn't want to be seen as anything other than the image. Again, it goes back to the image thing. I don't know if he's still graded on the same scale as everybody else. I would hazard to guess that he would be involved in all of that also. So I'm wondering if like that's another part of it. You know, that ingrained fear of the perception of the reality of the scoring of the rankings or whatever, like the pressure to always be on point, on top, lest you be demoted, downgraded, or whatever the consequences of not performing well would be. That whole system reminds me a little bit of what I recall. I never started like the later seasons, but like One Punch Man season 1 or The Boys, even like the scoring system in The Boys, that universe a little bit. I mean, it's just like they're treating it like a career. So your performance review is like a reflection upon yourself. And I wonder if that's him worrying about that blowing back on him, or maybe it's just simply like to uphold that image that everybody has of him, or maybe it's like an image of himself. He doesn't want to be seen as the other thing, whatever the other thing is. I don't know if he'll be a mentor. I don't know if he'll take him on. I don't know what his answer is going to be here. But so far, I mean, the other quirk users we've seen, these kids here, everybody, it seems like everybody in his class but him has one. Statistically, I mean, I guess like, yeah, 20% people don't have quirks now. Like most people do, but there's 20% that don't. He could have just lucked out and not been in that. Some of those kids, man, their quirks were not great. Like one kid could literally just stretch his neck. Some of the other ones, I was like, the one kid had just like, I could move my eyeballs out of my head. Woo! There's some unfortunate ones, but like none of them are in this seemingly to actually be heroes. Like one kid is just like, it's like he just wants to be loved. He wants to be worshipped. He wants to be famous. He wants to make that dough. It's not for the love of the game. It's for all the wrong reasons. Midoriya at least seems like he's got his heart in the right place. But great first episode. That whole thing when he learned about not getting the quirk and then the look on his face, the animation with his facial expressions too. He looks like when he was so excited to get in there, that unhinged thing. God, dude, kid was cracked out. But after that though, like the emotion already, like that first little scene after the test, when he's asking his mom about that, when he's smiling through the horrible news he just received. That broke me, man. That broke my heart. Like first episode, man, I was already tearing up. But we have some questions from Patreon, so let's go over there. All right, we get starting off with Game Night J14. Hi, Omni. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. A few fun facts before my question. Koei Horikoshi is the mangaka for the series, and he's a big fan of superhero comics. I would hazard a guess at this point, and Star Wars. In the manga, when Midoriya is mentioning great heroes, you can see silhouettes that look very similar to Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Oh, I didn't notice that. Might have to go back and take a peek at that. But my question is, what do you think Izuku Midoriya's arc will be in this series? Right now, out of the gate, that's a pretty hefty question to ask right now. What do I think his arc will be? I think it's going to be that hard work will win out. Something along those lines, that he might not have a quirk, he might not have this special gift, but that he the heart, determination, hard work can help you rise above those obstacles. And that's very true of a lot of things. Sometimes people aren't born with natural talent. You have people that are very gifted at a thing, and then you have people that are just, they've worked very hard at a thing. You have people that do both, but like, I think that's like one of those things, like if you go to Naruto, you have like geniuses and non-geniuses, like people who are just gifted, prodigies. Everything just comes to them easily. There's naturals, and then people that have to really work for it. Somebody that comes to mind, another one too. Sorry if I keep relating it to anime I have seen, but that's just the best way to connect it in my mind. Like Rock Lee, can't use ninjutsu whatsoever. So what does he do? He just trains his body. He trains his body so hard it makes up for any of the other gaps. Where people who can use ninjutsu can use their ninja magic. For y'all who maybe don't know what that translates to or means or whatever, basically all the powers that come with being able to tap into this power source. He learned to throw hands so hard that he's faster than pretty much everybody, barring people with space-time ninjutsu. And he's stronger than damn near everybody because he's just pushed his body to the limit. So I think it's going to be that heart, determination, and perseverance can overcome any kind of natural gift. Or that through all of these things, you can still achieve your dreams. That just because you might not initially be good at something doesn't mean you can't eventually be good at something. So maybe it's that just because he was born without this leg up in the world, that he can still, if you put his mind to it and his effort to it, still achieve that dream. That's kind of where, that's the gist. With what we have right now, I think that's the best guess I can make right now. If he unlocks a quirk down the line, that might throw some of that out just out the window. Again, like to something I've said, like with Invincible, another thing I've seen, you know, Mark, like Omni-Man said in the early on in that, you know, he should have developed his powers by now. If it hasn't happened now, it's not going to happen. And then down the line, it happened. But then again, you have the bone thing. But again, like I said, that could simply be an anomaly. Like those exist. It could just been a misdiagnosis based on that tested theory. But we'll see. We'll see down the line. Next up, we got Raven Winchester. Yes, I'm so happy to see you react to this. Generally one of my top favorite animes to watch. So many characters to love. I'm so excited to watch your videos on this and hear your thoughts and theories. Well, hell yeah. Well, welcome for the ride. I'm excited. This one is it's definitely been on my radar for a long time, mostly because of that. It's I mean, it's one of those ones, man, that I feel like it's one of those in recent years, the last 10 years, which was when this popped up, obviously, is when this actually originated. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those ones that's really kind of held the zeitgeist for such a long time. So it's mildly intimidating coming into this. And I think it actually just ended. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it recently ended. But, so at least we have a complete thing, a complete roadmap. There's some of the things that were on the list, I think, that are still ongoing that we had on the poll. So that's at least knowing that like there's like their endpoint in mind. That to say, like, yes, it's a highly beloved series, mildly intimidating, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited. It's been one that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, like I said. And like I said, I tried that one time, like all those years ago. And again, it wasn't its fault. I barely remembered any of this. To be fair, I think I only remember in my head the image of maybe him, some of those discussions between him and his mom. And I think that's like it. That's the only thing. Sometimes I'll watch something that I've tried to watch before and like things will click as we get through it. I didn't really have that this time, which makes me wonder how much I was even paying attention that first time. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, especially with this premise that's set up. I think right now we got a lot of fun just kind of poking and prodding, trying to figure out where it might go from here, especially given the scenario surrounding little Midoriya here, especially with them wanting to go to this UA, this school, I assume, for heroes, for people with quirks. We got our Katsuki guy who wants to go there, our rival, like he's his school childhood bully in his neighborhood. That's his goal, his aspiration. And then obviously he wants to go there too, but he doesn't have any of the advantages that would make you think he could even try to get in. I hazard a guess he's going to get in somehow, to the chagrin, to the disdain of the other one, but how that'll happen, I don't know. Next up, we got Tia Lily. Seeing as someone already mentioned the Star Wars references, I'll refrain from bringing it up again. I guess I'd like to ask you, what do you think, if you had to guess, ask you what you think will happen if you had to guess? Like, what kind of development do you see for Izuku getting? And what do you think about Bakugo, aka Kachan, as Izuku calls him? Oh, wait, is that Katsuki? The guy? I've heard the name Bakugo before in passing. Is that... See, that's the thing, too. The naming is all over the place. I know I'm trying to like latch on to what to call him. Like with Naruto, it's easy. Naruto. Like just Naruto. Or Ichigo, you know, sometimes like that. Everybody has like been bouncing around. I know that's common in Japanese in general. But like as far as like what I should be calling everybody, I'm still trying to get a little bit of a grounding on that. How even in the comments, it's bouncing around from what I've noticed. So that's Bakugo. Okay. What kind of development do you see Izuku getting? As far as Izuku, Midoriya, past what I just said, as far as like his arc or what I think his arc might be, I don't really have too much in mind just yet, as far like beyond that right now. Like as far as like a character arc or an emotional growth kind of arc. He seems to be starting with like all the right things other than the means so far to achieve them outside of that. Bakugo, he's starting off cocky, starting off head held high. He's a kind of an asshole. Not even kind of. He's an asshole. He's egotistical, a little narcissistic. I think over the course of this, he's probably going to wind up being humbled, maybe rival turned friend, or hell, maybe not. Maybe rival turned villain. Who knows? It could honestly go either way, but like I feel like we're starting off at a place with a lot of other things I've seen in the past. Maybe he might soften, or who knows? Maybe they might just be a persistent rival throughout the series. But I have to imagine he's going to have to be probably initially infuriated, annoyed with Midoriya's optimism, idealism, but maybe start to be inspired by it himself. Like I said, he's going in this for all the wrong reasons. And maybe Midoriya will get him to, I don't know, out of frustration or perseverance or one thing or the other. It could either push him into a villain route or it could soften him and maybe he'll start to do it. Maybe over the course of this, he'll start doing things for the right reasons, being a hero to be a hero rather than to get the paycheck, to get the fame, to get the other things that come with it. I don't know. That's the best I got right now. What kind of character he is or might turn out to be. I think that last little bit, I think I went into that, inadvertently answered that last bit of your question, I think. Right now, that's the impression that I'm getting. Lavender's Blue, fun fact, because the mangaka is such a huge Star Wars fan, as previously mentioned, he also names a lot of places in the series after Star Wars locations. Hopefully, you can catch them all. Ooh, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. That's fun. Pedro, if you had the chance, what power would you like to have? I've been pretty consistent on this. It's always down to 2, and it just really depends on the confines and constraints of each. I'd like to be a speedster, preferably. I like to think practicality. You know, I'd love to be a speedster. I like running in general, but to be able to just zip zoom wherever you want, whenever you want, get things done however you want, like in record time would be fantastic, especially with all the stuff I got to juggle. The other practical one I would want would be like Shadow Clone Jutsu. Specifically that version of it too. Or maybe not specifically, but like being able to create copies of myself so we can get more done all at the same time. Practicality wise, you know. I could record a video while already editing a video and just kind of keep that all going, like cut the time it takes to do anything in half, which leaves time to do whatever else. The caveat with the Shadow Clone Jutsu one is that you also collectively maintain the exhaustion each individual piece of you gets. So once you've retracted all of your clones, all of that just hits you like a truck. So maybe not that caveat. I did think about circumventing that by having one of them constantly always sleeping. Don't know if that would help. We've never seen them try that to my knowledge, so I don't know if that would help, but it would be that. Being able to create copies of myself or super speed, probably. Then we got Rain Bubble. If you lived in that world, would you become a hero? Hell yeah. Sure, why not? I definitely would love to use my powers to help people. I don't know if I would want to get into the business of heroing. Like if somebody, I don't know. Because it seems like the way you learn about it here, just from this little insider's perspective we got as like the audience, it looks like it could be very, like the logistics of being a proper hero seems kind of like intimidating or stressful. So I don't know if I'd be an official hero, just somebody who just happens to have powers but helps whenever something's going on nearby. Maybe like a legit vigilante kind of thing, where it's not under the government, under the supervision, but it's still like sneak in, swoop in, help. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, man, like the whole doing it for the paycheck thing just seems kind of like rough. There's just a lot of caveats that come with that like are a little unsettling, and I don't know how much into the weeds I would want to get about that. Next up, we got I'm a Leo. Having watched episode 1 now, what do you think are some of the in-world implications of a society where most people have superpowers? It's established from the jump that even in those that do have powers, not everyone has a big, powerful quirk. Some quirks even affect the appearances of the users. So what are your thoughts on this? I mean, it's like it's kind of like the X-Men question too, because like, yeah, there are some power, or like hell, even in the boys, like Firecracker, her power is like literally she snaps her fingers and it just creates the effect of if you just like dropped one of those little firecrackers out. It's just like it's a show. It's just like it does nothing. Or like his mom can just make small objects float, I think is what she said, if I remember right. Like there's some things like that, but then there's like this one dude who's like got this power, I can't remember his name, the one that was running amok, they had to stop, who was physically changed so much, or this like goo man. It's what I was talking about, like in X-Men, man, you could, with the X gene, you could wind up like Wolverine, hot and immortal and healing all the time, or you could wind up like the Blob or Toad or who knows what else. But like, yeah, there's a lot of things that come with that. Is like, how useful are you if you have this ability? Because at some point it might just be so inconsequential that you're basically a quirkless person. Might as well have been, if it's not anything that can actually impact anything on a grand way. I could imagine some, what's the word I'm looking for? Not criticism, but like, what am I trying to think? Like bullying, or God, what am I trying to think? Like, not xenophobia either. It's a different word for it, and I'm just really blanking on what I'm trying to say here. It's not bigotry. Like negative attitude towards people with lesser quirks, basically looking down upon them. And it makes me also wonder if most people have quirks. They also, as we've seen here with Skotsky here, is that he looks down on Midoriya because he doesn't have a quirk, and he even feels kind of offended that he even tries to hold himself in the same regard as them. So there is kind of this ingrained kind of xenophobia towards them. That's not the word. This is stressing me out right now that I can't think of what I'm trying to say. It's such a simple thing too. They think of their lessers. They think they're beneath them. They're not worthy of that. There's this idea of superiority between them. Like there's a lot of like societal implications you can get with that, because it basically turns quirkless people into second-class citizens already on top of the other stuff. But like you said, the people with quirks that completely shift their appearance could disrupt their lives, because we know how we hold standards towards like beauty, towards certain things or whatever, and that's a big thing in society. So even like with Mount Lady, big lady, like everybody's like money shot, money shot, money shot. Like, yeah, because like if you're beautiful, you got powers or whatever, like people are going to like hold you on even higher regard. If they don't, maybe you had one that altered your appearance and now people are judging you on your appearance because that's what people do. That might push you towards being a villain, because you might not have the opportunity to do something else because you look like the guy that was out there causing this ruckus. Maybe nobody hires him. Maybe no one gives him a job, maybe whatever. And he's forced into villainry, because then you have that. What makes a villain in this world with a quirk? Because even like, oh, what a shame for somebody with a power like his to turn out to be a villain. But when you probably look at all the all the little pieces that maybe made that, why that happened, might wind up raising a lot of questions. So it's very similar in my mind right now to kind of the X-Men. Like you'll have your one-offs, your ones here and there that can like move past that, and then you got all the people that can't. And then lastly, we got Steven Stoofs. I probably said that wrong. I apologize, Steven. This isn't a question, but I'm excited. I had to give up on the series because I forgot where I left off. That is the worst. I've had that happen a lot with shows. Like I'll get real deep into it and then take a long break and not remember where I left off. I'm like, well, shit. Do I just start over, or do I just start trying to randomly figure out where I left off? That's frustrating. Been there. This will help me catch back up. I remember the content of where I left off because I got halfway through the episode before I realized I was watching subbed because the dub wasn't out yet. Studied Japanese in college and was a sub purist because, well, 80s and 90s dubs. And I actually wrote a research paper for my anthropology minor of the history of the American otaku subculture. Oh, that's a little fun thing. That's a cool little topic. Yeah, well, excited for you to come along for the journey and rediscover the series and hopefully pick back up where we left off together in the end. But yeah, we got a little lengthy ass discussion here at the end for all of this. Really, really great introductory episode. It laid the foundation beautifully for the world, for our characters, at least these characters so far, and kind of our initial major hurdle. And I'm excited to see how we overcome that, how we move forward, and what this trajectory will inevitably lead us to. I know out of the ones we had on the poll, this is one of the longer ones. So this is like, it's going to take us a minute. We're going to be sitting here. We're going to be enjoying this week to week. I'm not going to be rushing these out like One Piece, because unlike One Piece, there's not 1,100 plus episodes of this shit to catch up on. I would love to finish One Piece in this lifetime, so that's why we're doing 3 a week for that one as opposed to this. But I'm just going to savor a lot of these other ones. Also, it just makes it easier on me for the editing and the engagement and chatting with you guys about everything. Because yeah, so I'm not worried about rushing through it all. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to go through it, and I'm going to have some fun. Yeah, man. That's all I got, I think, for this one. So I'm going to leave it there and pass it off to you. What did you guys think? How'd you feel? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Or if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Lily Chenson, Kiana Chanel, McGregor, Angela Burr, Calvin Brindley, CP Bastard, Theodore Wolf, Ariat Coyote, Ty Lund, and Denise Mauricio. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors in the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues that I've been taking care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help with all of that. And as always, I want to shout out our channel legends. You and the patrons also do so much of what we do over here. It allows us to keep on moving forward with like when we get a copyright claim or anything like that, or get help with the editing to keep up with this endless wave of content so we can keep bringing as much of it as we can to you guys here on YouTube, as much as it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, we wouldn't be here without you guys. But that's this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.